live streaming. Fire the fuck up. 4 dudes in the woods. Four guys in the woods with each other. Having each other. Look at this, dude. We're getting a tan. You and I are getting tan.
Yeah. It's fucking summer, man.
It's our most attractive phase during the year.
It is.
Tan.
Yeah.
I feel like I can get any man on the street whenever I'm
Yeah.
tanned up really nicely.
I feel that too, man. Big time.
Anyone.
Feels good.
Man, woman, cat, dog.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter. They're all getting it.
No species is
Jersey
safe.
Pete, Jocelyn, Nicholas, Chris, Sparky,
What's up, everybody?
Jake.
How goes it?
Welcome to the YouTube live stream. Imperial Shot, Coble, Creeping Death, Malcolm. Hello, everyone. We're going to get this episode started because we're ready. It's summertime. Jets are charged. Hello, Wayne. Hello, if not friend, why friend shaped. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here, stinky brown boy. There we go. Happy Pride Month to all those guys out there that say, that wiener ain't just for peeing, it's for sucking too. Welcome to the Brohio podcast after 2 weeks of being away from one another.
It's crazy, man.
We finally reunite.
Streets can't hold us back.
Reunited and it feels so good. We're here. And it's
queer.
Yeah. We're queer. It's Pride Month. We're queer. Who cares?
Yeah.
Call us what you want. Call us what you are. I don't care.
Me neither.
But listen to me for just a second. Just everybody take a deep breath.
Listening.
In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just a deep breath. Whatever you're going through, whatever the world is throwing at you,
I hope it's awful.
let's ignore it for a couple. I hope it's really, really bad.
I hope it's really bad.
I hope it's more than God. God never gives you more than you can handle. Or something like that. But I just want you to let it all go for the next hour and a half. Just be with us. We're going to be with you. And I know it's tough for everybody right now. And life, well, it has a good way of sneaking up and grabbing your pussy flaps and yanking on them, or grabbing your taters from the back and pulling on them.
I hate when life grabs my pussy flaps.
But you know, let's just disembark for a moment. Let's just chill out together. Let's all be friends. Let's all be together.
Let's do it.
We'll guide you through. We'll take care of you. You're in a good place. You're in a good spot. Okay?
Okay.
Everyone just chill out.
Just chill the fuck out.
Who cares about Donald Trump and his tariffs for a couple hours? Cares. Okay. We have some new patrons. What the fuck are you doing, man?
I don't fucking know, man. I don't know what's going on over here.
You're changing everything.
I'm not trying to.
You're changing everything.
What is going on? I think it's maybe with this being over here.
You're ruining it.
Ruined it.
Robert's using a computer that the cats have been laying on for 3 weeks.
It's fucking possessed.
And I think they've broken it.
It's partially working.
We have some new Patreon subscribers, starting off with Matthew Galloway, or in honor of Pride Month, Gallagay. Thank you, Matthew, for your Patreon pledge. Thank you for being a friend of the show. I was once the wedding officiant for the Galloway family. Remember Mike Galloway? We went to school with him. I officiated his wedding.
Oh, shit.
And I sent you a picture of his ex-wife today, his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. I was like, who?
Dude, we're the only two people from our class not doing hard time right now.
I swear, or hard drugs.
Or I mean, I do hard drugs.
Those are hard drugs.
Yeah, those are some really fucking hard drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs so good they launch you 50 years into the future because you look like a time traveler.
For sure.
Look like whatever serum they give you on the way back. She's like, nah, I don't need that.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
And next we got Grace Sumner. Thank you very much, Grace.
In honor of Pride Month, we're going to call her Grace Cumner.
Hell yeah, dude.
Everyone gets a special Pride name this week in honor of Pride Month.
All right, sounds good to me, man.
Toyota, they turned their profile picture into a rainbow flag.
Hell yeah.
Everyone's making their shit rainbow colored. I had a really horrific incident when I went to a Reds game one time and I was pulling up on the boat because they drive you across on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know it was Pride Month, and Emily and I got off the boat.
Yeah.
And there was we were getting closer. I was like, oh, is that large woman wearing lingerie? And I got closer and I said, oh, that's not a woman, that's a man. And he had his nipples chained to his genitals with a chain and a locket. He had everything chained together.
It's classy.
And Emily said, why are they doing this? And I said, it's Pride Month, baby girl. They're letting that thing hang out.
Don't you be discriminatory.
Next up, we have Rebecca Anderson in honor of Pride Month. What are we going to do with the
I don't
Rebecca Asterson? Thank you, Rebecca. We changed your last name to a butt. We love you, Becky. I wonder if anyone ever calls you Becky.
Probably.
I'd hate if I was named Rebecca and people call me Becky, I'd get so upset. I'd say, don't you fucking call me that.
Yeah, I get that.
You know, I put up that all call I want people to call me Lex
Mm-hmm.
because of my last name.
Yeah.
And I don't think, because, my last name's Alexander, and Lex is in my name, and I said, that'd be pretty cool to go by Lex, right?
Yeah.
And I don't really want to go by Lex anymore. I just want to go by Durr, which is the last three letters of my last name.
So Nicholas, just go by Hollis. Holas. Just go by that. Hollis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Bert, so there we go.
This one doesn't need a pride thing.
Big D Daddy Jr.
Yeah, dude.
Got to be the junior, though.
Everyone likes a Big D Daddy.
Yeah. Seniors aren't the only ones that need to get fucked, so does juniors.
Our Wi-Fi network growing up was Big Dick Daddy from Cincinnati. That was like when we were the first house on the block to have Wi-Fi.
If that is that person's real picture, that person's fucking cock diesel anyways. That's definitely a big dick daddy.
We'll whip his ass, dude.
Yeah.
Get him in a small room. We'll rough him up.
Oh, fuck you.
Thank you, Big D Daddy Jr.
Appreciate you, buddy.
How about Stephen Kahn, or a.k.a. Stephen Cum?
That one was easy.
That was easy, Mr. Kahn. In honor of Pride Month, you're Stephen Cum. Stevie, you mean the world to us, and we're very, very thankful that you're here. And we hope that this leads to a very long, fruitful business relationship. Thank you, Stevie.
And last but not least, we got Alex L. And for our Pride Month, we'll call him I lick the fucking back of your balls to the tip of your dick.
I was going to go Alex Lesbian because the last name's L. So
Turned it to I lick.
Alex the Lesbian.
Either way.
Either way.
I'm licking you from front to back.
Either way. Hey, we got a newspaper article from Ocala, Florida. It says Ocala woman arrested after punching officer's testicles and refusing to pay tab at steakhouse.
I'll
tell you what, Bob. You think I'm paying for that, sirloin? Man, dude. You ever go to that place by your house called the Covered Wagon?
Yeah.
God, dude. I got
It's a great place, man.
steak seasoning and steak butter there for some New York strips the other night.
Yeah.
Hands down the best steak I've ever cooked.
The Amish know how to do it, man.
They do. And you wonder what's under there. You wonder if they got hairy assholes and shit.
Lots of hair.
Say, hey, mama, show me what that asshole do.
Remember you got that one Amish woman beat because you talked to her when you were picking up your dog?
She's picking potatoes with her feet out in the yard.
Every time you say that,
I saw you talking to the man in the broken down truck. You care to explain why you was doing that? He needed water. I didn't need water. My radiator blew up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay, a 32-year-old woman was arrested for allegedly refusing to pay her. If you know how hairy Amish women's butts are, send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com, please. Thank you,
Appreciate
the management. 32-year-old woman, well, she was arrested for allegedly refusing to pay her tab, a little dine and dash, baby.
Ooh, yeah.
Out there in downtown Ocala, and, well, punching a police officer in the testicles after she was arrested outside the restaurant.
Ah, man.
Let's find her name. On Tuesday, May 6th, several Ocala Police Department officers responded to Mark's Prime Steakhouse at 30 South Magnolia Avenue in reference to a woman identified as Rachel King, who was refusing to pay her tab, according to the police report. One of the officers entered the restaurant. King was observed sitting at the bar, and the report stated she appeared to be, well, intoxicated. A manager informed the officer that King was refusing to pay her tab, which totaled $99.53.
Oh, nice.
The officer assisted with escorting King out of the steakhouse and to the patio area where she sat down in a chair. According to a report, a bystander offered to help Mrs. King by getting the cash she needed to pay for her tab, though she would first need to send the money to the bystander via Venmo. The report stated that King gave the officer permission to assist with sending the money to the bystander via Venmo.
Is that her right there?
Yep.
Hell yeah. She's
I'll let her
attractive, too. I'd let her punch my balls.
bite me on the nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
While the officer was attempting to send the money while using King's cell phone, King allegedly, well, she became agitated. She said, I ain't paying for no potato skins. I ain't paying for no mott sticks. And stated that the officer should just leave her alone. Leave me alone. King then snatched her phone from the officer before allegedly raising her right fist as far back as she could, according to the report. King then proceeded to punch the officer in the testicles.
She reached back to next week.
You want one? I'm going to give you one. You want one? Which caused the officer to feel, quote, extreme pain. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Dude, even if it's a fucking woman swinging, getting a full fist right to the grundle, that'd fucking hurt,
Even
dude.
if it's a dog swinging. I sent you a
Yeah.
video the other night of me getting hit in the nuts by my dog.
Yeah, you did. She goes right for your balls all the time, man.
She crippled me, man.
Yeah.
Well, she was arrested and she posted bond at $17,500.
Yeah.
So it sounds like, you know, she didn't have money for dinner, but she had money to post bond to the tune of $17,500.
Hey, man. These GoFundMes are crazy now.
You nasty. Oh. King is, well, she's been charged with battery on a law enforcement officer and swindling, defrauding an innkeeper of less than $300.
Dude, swindling is cool as fuck, man.
Dude, they're gonna let a knight chop her head off.
It sounds so old school.
That's a charge? Swindling?
You swindler! How dare you swindle me?
Hear ye! Hear ye! Nitrous Rachel King comes before the court charged with swindling and defrauding an innkeeper of less than 300 shillings.
That's really how it sounds.
She will be put to death by hanging or decapitation.
Spot on.
Let's fucking kill her, dude.
Swindler.
Let's beat her up. Kill her.
That's great. Good times, man.
Okay, so we got an email. We got an email from someone that said, "Oh my God, you had pro-life and pro-choice ads on the podcast." And I said something about this in the Dark Vault. We do not control the dynamic ads that you hear throughout the show.
No, not at all.
Those are populated. They say, "Hey, here's we give them a time slots and they just drop them in." There's not a whole lot we can do about that. So I just want you guys to know that
Hey, the great thing about all these apps is they have a good little 10-second or 30-second fast-forward button.
they do. And we
Just click on it.
We don't control what ads pop
Nah,
up on there.
We have no control over
We don't
it.
stand by any of it. You know, some of that shit you hear is fucking It's fucking bootsy, you know?
Yeah.
It ain't good.
Unless you hear an ad that says, bring me all the shrimp I can eat.
All you can eat shrimp.
Yeah.
We
I
condone that.
Fully condone that.
And we also say, hey, if you got something really good going on in your life, something big that's happened, something cool,
celebrate you.
You can email us, and we'll talk about it on the show. Well, our buddy Logan that was on the cruise with us that got deployed overseas, well, he just got back from deployment.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
And
kicked its ass.
He bought his first motorcycle.
Let's go, dude.
Looks like he got a KTM 90 or I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a little crotch rocket deal.
Shit. The military don't send him to the Lord that fucking bicycle will, or that motorcycle will, brother.
Dude.
Hey, man, ride that bitch like hell.
Wear your helmet, Logan. We love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy. Glad you're done with that for now.
Thank you for your service. We hope to see you on the next cruise. We hope to see all of you on the next cruise, which I've been in negotiations. There might be some movement on that soon, so I'll give you guys all the details once we figure that out.
Beautiful.
Still looking for a nice venue in Texas to come down and see all you big Texans. So if you can help us out, I'm willing to give my phone number at this point.
Any major state at this point. I mean, it doesn't have to be Texas.
Yeah, what about California?
Cali, fucking Florida. Let's fucking...
Gotta look at our demographics and see where we're at.
Yeah.
But
any of like the big fucking, 5 states. In
Chicago should be doable.
Chicago would probably be doable, yeah.
It's not that far of a drive. I don't know. But here's some pro-life and what is even pro-life?
Pro-life and pro-choice?
Pro-life means you think the baby should never be aborted, right?
Yes, and then pro-choice
means
woman's...
You can flush it.
The government cannot control what what a woman does with her own body.
Amen, sister.
Yep.
Let's knock them tubes together. I'll help you get rid of a baby. I know there's got to be a way to do it.
Babies aren't that cool, to be honest.
Dude, some babies suck, man.
They usually do suck, man.
And then if, like...
This is coming from, 2 guys with 6 kids between them.
Yeah. My wife and I think we... that's a lot of dark details. I won't go into that. But I very much think that we should not be controlling a lady's body.
Fuck no, we have no business doing that.
I like to control my wife when I'm making love to her.
Yeah.
Choke her and throw her around.
Yeah.
Speaking of that.
You ever try to put a baby in her butt?
Like a real one or just like a...
Not like stuff a baby in there. I don't think I'd really fit.
Like a baby elephant?
Yeah.
Dude, I've thought about it a lot.
Not against it.
Today's our 14th year wedding anniversary.
Happy anniversary, man.
Thanks, man.
And you're here with me.
14 years of hard cocking her down, baby.
Right.
Her spending all my money at Target. Here's a break for our sponsor, Target. I bet it wasn't Target.
I bet it wasn't either.
I bet it wasn't even close to Target.
No. But if it was, that's you getting some of your money back.
Yeah. We got so slippery slope here. We keep on getting approached by one of the biggest porn stars in New Zealand, I believe.
Okay.
And
I didn't know they did porn in New Zealand.
Well, this is a young lady that does.
Okay. Sounds like a fucking Battlefield of Love episode right there.
I'm trying to find her name.
Are we allowed to say it, or is it?
No, I'll say it. I don't care.
Okay.
Fucking, she got pictures of her pussy and her butthole online.
Hell yeah, dude! I love science.
Hi, Layla.
What a porn starry name.
Layla what? Recently, Layla Kelly is her name.
Okay.
2-time porn star of the year.
Hell yeah, good for her.
And yeah, she's looking to interview on podcasts and stuff.
That'd be cool.
Dude, she's gonna have an accent. She's gonna have an accent, and she's a pornography star. That would be a lot to overcome for both of us to lock in.
Yeah.
And kind of get through that like we would be required to do. Because, Lori Beth Denberg, she threw the video up for us.
Yeah.
And it wasn't great, but I enjoyed it. This could have the opposite effect for us.
Yeah.
This could be one of those things where we just really do things we shouldn't. that we're not supposed to.
Yeah. Let's see.
You find her?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Let me see.
If it's...
I looked her up.
Hang on.
Just on Google, type in Layla Kelly porn star, and you'll find her after you click the images tab.
Is it LLY or LLEY?
Layla.
Yeah, last name, though.
Kelly.
Okay.
Layla Kelly. She's from New Zealand, so she'll have an Australian accent.
She's a Kiwi.
She's a Kiwi. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
On with the episode. Imagine you're deep in the Maine wilderness. 4 bros.
Chilling in a hot tub.
1 canoe. A little fire crackling to light the shoreline.
Oh.
The air is thick with fog and mosquitoes. And all you want to do is catch some fish and drink some beers. Maybe even get a blowjob from your buddy. Because Pride Month. Instead, you end up aboard an alien mothership spacecraft getting your junk examined by a telepathic insect-eyed creature with bedside manner of fucking BMV worker.
I like that, man. Sign me up.
This is the Allagash UFO incident.
Yeah.
One of the most prolific UFO incidents in the history of all UFO incidents.
It is.
Hey, are the cicadas really bad by your house?
No.
Because I work in Cincinnati, and they are deafening right now.
Really?
Yep.
Maybe I haven't paid attention.
Oh, they're deafening. I went outside today to leave for work, and I said, holy shit, man. These things are squealing. I don't know if they're all having sex with each other. I don't know if they're being murdered. Sounds like they're being murdered.
Remember the year we graduated, how bad they were?
It would have been 2 years before we graduated.
Or no, it was 2004.
It's 2003.
What was it?
You want to know why I know? Because my dad got me a shirt that said, I survived cicada 2003.
I mean, they were bad a couple of years ago, too, but that year, I swear, man, it was rough. It was crazy.
Yeah, dude, it was...
Those things are weird.
They are really weird, and they just squeal, man. They
Yeah.
just like... I can't even make the noise that they make.
I feel like every year around summer, you always hear them, but then there's that one every, 7 years or whatever it is when the mass fucking happens.
I think it's every... Yeah. Something
It's
like
like
that.
12 or something like that.
20.
Yeah.
Something. In August of 1976, 4 young men... I'm not making this up, guys. Robert's laughing because they have a very different last name. It's
Dude, if my name was Jack Wiener, dude, I would be so fucking pissed.
your twin brothers, Jack and Jim Wiener.
Dude,
They're twin brothers.
if my name was Jack Wiener, dude, I would get that changed so quick.
Imagine being the twin that got named Jack Wiener instead of Jim Wiener.
Their parents were obviously fucking whiskey fans.
I fucking hate. They're probably caught up in that, pro-life shit, couldn't abort them, so they're going to give them a really dumb name.
Oh, shit. They try to give him fetal alcohol syndrome.
Try to get rid of him, we'll just name Jack Wiener.
Dude. Oh, fuck.
He's going to have a little dick. Name him Jack Wiener.
Jack Wiener. I love it, dude. That sucks.
Dude, Wiener is the most unfortunate last name.
It really is. Yeah.
As much as you want to spin it like, oh, it's a hot dog. No, it's a penis.
No, it's a wiener.
It's a girthy, veined up dick.
Yeah.
It's not a hot dog.
And as we all know about the hierarchy of dick terms, wiener is typically a small one. So if I say wiener, I'm usually referring to my dick if it's soft.
Yeah, if I text my wife like, hey, you want to see my wiener?
It's a soft. Yeah, you're not.
I am not talking about a gigantic wiener.
Yeah, you're not sending a boner.
I am talking about a penis that barely crests the surface of my pubic hair to where I don't have to piss through them. You get what I'm saying?
Where the head's barely peeking out of the foreskin, coming out to say hi a little bit, check the air. Yeah. It's groundhogging.
So they were identical twins, Jack and Jim Wiener. They were
it sucks.
Brothers of John and Joe Testicle. It's not real. Charlie Foltz and Chuck Rack.
Fucking got people named after wieners and titties.
Rake. It's rake. They set out for a 2-week camping adventure and canoeing adventure in the remote Allagash Wilderness Waterway in northern Maine. It's beautiful up there, man.
I'm sure it is.
That's where Joe Biden rides his bike around and shit. They were.
It's got the tassels on the handlebars.
Yeah.
Frilly little basket.
They were art students from the Jim and Jack Weiner were art students from the Massachusetts College of Art and Design. They were just seeking a break from city life. They wanted to go out in the rugged and pristine wilderness. They wanted to get away from it all, just enjoy one another. I mean,
there's a really good Unsolved Mysteries episode about this one.
Oh, really?
It's really good. Yeah, it's probably one of the best ones.
Camping in the woods with 4 dudes for 2 weeks.
4 sapiens, no homo.
There's going to be some cum exchanged, whether you like it or not. And here's the thing. Love is love, buddy. Flesh is flesh. And I have nothing more to elaborate on that part of this episode.
I mean, deep in the woods, it don't matter.
Oh, I'm going to be deep in the woods, all right. What they got instead was an experience that would haunt them for decades, and it would go on to spark international media attention and cement their story as one of the most prolific and famous UFO abduction cases in the history of all UFO abduction cases. The Allagash Wilderness Waterway is a sprawling network of lakes, rivers, and forests in Aroostook County, Maine, with a population of, you guessed it, 277.
Jeez.
In the nearby town of Allagash. It's a hunter's haven. It's frequented by hikers. It's frequented by campers. It offers a gorgeous view of the night sky when the sun goes down. It also it offers a beautiful amount of just isolation from the world. You can just fart. Dude. You can do hard farting out there if that's your thing.
Yeah. Did you watch that Bigfoot video I sent you?
Yeah, I think that's just a guy like you or I in a suit, Robert.
That was fucking cool, though.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, shit, yeah.
But that looked like something you and I would do.
Yeah. Hey, go stand on that ledge. I'm going to come out in a Bigfoot suit.
Hey, buddy, I'm going to swing by in a drone. I want you to wave at it.
Yeah.
You're waving it. Yeah, I don't necessarily know if I feel like that's
I just want
authentic.
it to be real. I just want it to be real.
Man, it just seems like every time someone brings forward a Bigfoot video, it looks like they filmed it on a fucking sweet potato.
That's true. Yeah.
What are we dude? I have videos of aliens mating on the surface of the moon, and I've never shared those with anybody, but I've got a pretty good zoom on my phone.
Okay.
And the fact that we're still out there filming
blurry Bigfoot.
Filming Bigfoot.
Is it big feet if there's more than one?
360K or whatever it is. That's a Tony Hawk move. That's not a video resolution. The area, the remoteness with thousands of acres of untouched wilderness, it sets the stage for a story where anything seems possible. No street lights, no cell phones. It was, in fact, 1976. Just 4 dudes with and 2 of them with the last name Weiner, a canoe, and the great unknown. Jim Weiner, the brother of Jack Weiner, he was 23 years old. He was an art student. He suffered a serious brain injury in 1973 after falling off of a roof, and he later developed temporal lobe epilepsy.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever camped with someone who has epilepsy.
No, I don't think I've ever even met an epileptic before.
I have.
I don't think they really promote it, though, right?
No.
Unless they fall asleep.
I have family member
mm-hmm.
who, if you would meet them, you'd say, "Oh, okay, this motherfucker's got the IQ of a rock,
potato." Yeah,
but he's not. Let's call it. What's that word term? I don't believe he's neurodivergent. I just believe that he suffers from epilepsy.
Okay. So is it undiagnosed? Partially?
No, but I think he's over-medicated. And I think that can be that can be a lot of what most, when you meet a person with epilepsy and they may not seem like they're all there. Well, they are in fact all there. I just think they're all nuked up with drugs that it's hard for them to function.
They're just tired.
Very tired.
They're just fucking tired, man.
Tired and worn out, just like us, dude.
I feel it.
There's like all of us.
Yeah.
Jack Wiener, the one you guys are most excited to learn about. Well, he was Jim's identical twin brother, and he was also an artist. Charlie Foltz, he was considered the rational one of the bunch. This was a very eccentric group of humans. They were different. They marched the beat of a different drum. They, they were art students. Not to say that all art students are just different, but I think if you took a poll, a lot of them are move against the grain.
Yeah, they love Pride Month.
They dye their pubes and shit.
Yeah.
They braid their armpit hairs.
It's
whatever
true.
they need to do to feel comfortable in their own skin, and I support that 1,000,000%.
Me too.
Then you got Chuck Rake. He was the bohemian of the wild crew.
Oh shit.
He was more eccentric and more of a wild card than anybody else. This is the kind of guy, you put him in the back of the van, and you say, "Hey, buddy, you want to stop for a hot dog?" And then he doesn't say anything. And you say, "Hey, man, you hungry?" And then you don't hear anything. And you're like, "Bro," and you look back there and he's doing hardcore fucking drugs.
I thought you were just going to say he has his dick hanging out of the zipper. Anybody want a hot dog?
He's got his dick hanging out on you.
Got the goatsy ready
And
for
he's
you.
painting it like one of those rocks you hide for other people to find.
Yeah.
And he's like, "We're going to hide this later. I'm going to hide it in your ass. I'm going to hide my dick inside of you, Jack Wiener.
He's got to paint it like a duck on the fucking doorknob of a Jeep.
What color do I got to paint this thing to make you want it?"
Just hanging brain, dog.
Jack Wiener. These guys, they weren't UFO buffs or conspiracy theorists. They were just students at the Massachusetts College of Art and Design. They were just simply hanging out in the woods. They're camping, canoeing. They're just having a good time. But their goal, it was just peace, nature, and artistic inspiration. They had no intent of being involved in any type of alien interrogations, abductions, probings, what have you.
I mean, I feel like you can't really, go out with the intention on that happening.
I do.
I mean, you can manifest it, I guess.
Every day I say to myself, please, God, lower a spaceship
Yeah.
and let it suck me up
Oh, shit.
like a reverse toilet.
Yeah.
And I will have those aliens in stitches. I'll have them laughing.
Yeah.
They'll be ready to make me their best friend, dude.
Speaking of weird shit like that, so I was scrolling through my reels today, and a video popped up of, it was a JRE episode, and he was talking to Bill Burr, and he asked him a very great question, and I wanted to ask you, if you had to be eaten by any animal, what animal would you pick?
Oh, man.
That's a fucking good question.
I'd have to say a whale.
That's smart. That's smart.
I feel like it wouldn't be a slow, painful death. I mean, you'd obviously drown.
Sure.
But I feel like a whale or maybe an elephant.
Yeah.
I just feel like I want to get eaten by something smart enough that I could reason with it. Like, "Hey, buddy, why you doing that? Hey."
Yeah. I know that big cats like to go for the neck because they can break the neck real quick.
I don't want to fuck with a cat, dude.
And that's my problem is, like, they got claws, they got those teeth, and they can't necessarily kill you right away unless they get your neck and break it. And it's like a lot of those animals, like some of like the fucking real rude ones, they like to fucking eat you from the asshole first.
They will, dude.
Like eat you from the from the backside out.
That might feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'll just lay out there naked and just say to myself, what if a vulture comes down and starts trying to pick at my butthole?
Right.
Just gotta let him learn the lesson.
Yeah.
Let him learn that everything dead doesn't taste good.
Yeah. And it really made me think, like, I don't want to be eaten.
I don't want that to happen either.
That doesn't sound fun.
That's why I pretty much stick to the crib, dog.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi,
Right.
potato chips and stuff. I just hang around here. Because once you go putting yourself out there to be eaten by elephants and whales, and you're asking for it at that point. Why are you in a position where you can be eaten by this animal?
That's true. That's true.
That's why I just finished. I finally finished Love on the Spectrum.
Oh, dude, isn't it so good?
It's probably one of my favorite shows I've ever watched on Netflix.
It's amazing.
I love Connor.
Yeah, he's the best.
I'm glad he's got some puss.
So you did see?
Yeah.
Fucking James, dude, he's slaying hotties, man.
Yes.
Dude, that dude's a puss magnet.
There wasn't anything wrong with that at the end.
No, not at all.
He's
I was
like,
happy
yes,
for him.
yes, I think I would like to ask you a really...
What about them all them kissing? How fucking awkward is that, dude?
When Maddie starts getting dry fucked by her fat cowboy boyfriend in front of her dad, it was mortifying.
Dude, that show makes me cringe harder than any show I think I've ever seen.
Her dad was so cool about it. He's like, yeah, all right. All right. Yep, that's good.
Can you imagine sitting there and watching your daughters get tongue fucked?
You're just like...
Oh, shit.
If you had a daughter that was on the spectrum like that, you just say to yourself...
She's so sweet.
Oh, dude, she's the sweetest.
Both of them are.
You would say, "Oh man, I just pray that one day she experiences her first kiss," and then they come over for dinner, and he's just like, they're tongue fucking each other.
Dude, I think he might be faking it.
I think so too.
He just wants some of that tardy tang.
He's
dog.
awfully. He has a shit. He's like, yeah, I'm a DJ. Yes, sir.
that song's in the key of D.
Who fucking knows that shit?
Alan Jackson Chattahoochee. Oh, that's the key of G minor. He's fucking Rain Man of country songs. I love it. Love it.
I know they're fucking, dude.
God, if you guys don't watch that, you need to watch it. It's so good. It's so good.
It's brought me so much joy.
They're amazing. Like, all of them are amazing.
I follow Connor's got a really good Instagram page, dude.
Yeah,
he does.
His sister, though, man, I love his sister.
Yeah, we'd have to do something with her.
Midge,
and might invite her down here for this. Okay, the Allagash 4 story begins on August 20th. Hey, we're coming up on this.
We are.
1976. Though the groundwork was laid a couple nights earlier, on the second night of their trip, while camping on the Chamberlain Lake, Jim Weiner spotted a bright object in the sky for about 30 seconds before it vanished. Odd. While it was odd, it wasn't earth-shattering, okay? So all the time, especially now, you see shit in the sky, and it's, oh, man. Whatever happened to those drones that were over New Jersey? There were some here.
Oh, yeah. I don't fucking know.
I heard they were searching for radioactive material. That's what I ended up hearing about that.
Okay.
But you remember that? There was like the drone panic for a month or so?
Yeah, I remember that.
2 nights later on Big Eagle Lake, well, that's when they got a little weirder, we'll say. The group was out fishing in a canoe under a pitch black sky, and they had a large campfire burning as a beacon to guide them back to shore. Chuck Rake was the first to notice a glowing object described as a bright as the sun object hovering above them. When Charlie Foltz signaled it with a flashlight, the object responded with a beam of light that seemed to track their movements as they frantically paddled back to shore. And this is where it gets even spookier. When they reached the campsite, their roaring fire that they had just set had burned down to embers, suggesting far more time had passed than the 20 minutes they thought they had been gone. Now, this missing time theory, it became a hallmark of their story, and it's also a classic symptom of all UFO abduction cases. Missing time, it always goes along with people that claim to have been abducted.
And now I will play devil's advocate, and I will say, well, I don't know if this is devil's advocate, but I have had plenty of fires where that wood has burned up very fucking quickly.
Yeah, but not down to embers. If you're using camping logs, like it's just not possible.
If you're actually using logs, yes. But if you're using like fucking sticks, that shit's gonna burn up real quick, anyways.
If you're using like a log the size of the one I dropped in the toilet today about 12:30, then that thing will burn for 4 to 6 hours.
I'll vouch for that because all the way, about 30 miles away for where I was at, my water pressure dropped right around that time at the toilet at my work. So that explains.
The other day I was out playing with the dog, and the kids are out there, and the neighbor came over, which he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
He said, "You guys been having water pressure problems?" And just like no pause at all, Paisley goes, "My dad doesn't flush after he pees."
It's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down, baby. Hey, do you think our turds have ever touched in the plumbing before?
Oh, dude, they probably ride each other like
from my house to your house. Like
it's probably like Milo and Otis, dude, or just they probably tag team. They team up, talk about what infections we have and shit.
You think they have the same personality each time?
Compare food.
Like, oh, dude, come here.
Yeah.
I've been looking all over for you. I've been surfing around all day waiting for you. Wait to see how much watermelon and corn he's been eating since the weather's gotten warm.
This is the shit that people fucking give us bad reviews for.
You're not going to believe this. Robert has diabetes. He's going to die.
We can only hope. Oh, man.
Beat this, motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
Wilford Brimley's fat, porky ass. They reported the sighting to a park ranger the next day. Nothing park ranger loves more than a good old-fashioned UFO report.
Yeah.
Who suggested it was just a spotlight from a new hardware store. An explanation the group, they said that's complete nonsense. The light that we saw was not coming from a hardware store. It was hovering above us like a spacecraft. For the next 6 days of their trip, they saw no more strange lights, but the experience stuck with them. And I know what you're saying. Oh, my God, this story's already over. But no, the story doesn't really begin until they actually leave the campsite and kind of move on with their lives. One important detail I do want to recall, none of them remembered paddling back to the bank whenever they were kind of spooked by the object over top of them.
Yeah.
None of them can recall paddling back to the bank. Also, they didn't talk about what happened at all that night and for the rest of the trip.
I'll try to find this to send it to you.
What are we doing?
It's the clip from Unsolved Mysteries.
Okay. For the next 6 days, they didn't see any more lights, but the experience, it did stick with them. The story might have ended as a creepy campfire tale, but in 1988, things took a turn. Jack and Jim Weiner started having...
Doesn't get old.
They started having vivid nightmares about being abducted and probed by aliens. Oh, fuck!
Oh, shit.
Oh, you're so deep.
Yeah, this is when shit gets fucking crazy.
When they can start, yeah. They were desperate for answers at this point. Jim contacted UFO researcher Raymond Fowler, a respected figure in the field with ties to the Mutual UFO Network. You've probably heard it before. It's called MUFON.
Yeah.
Fowler connected the group with a hypnotherapist named Tony Constantino, who conducted separate regressive hypnosis sessions with each man to avoid cross-contamination of their memories.
Look who's in this fucking episode, too. No, look. You know who that is? That's motherfucking Bob Lazar, dog.
Yeah, Bob Lazar.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is. That's great.
So let's talk about regressive hypnosis sessions for a moment. They are a therapeutic technique where a trained hypnotherapist guides a person into a relaxed, trance-like state to access memories or experiences that may be buried in their subconscious. The goal is to recall details from past events, sometimes from childhood or even alleged past lives that the conscious mind might not easily access. It's often used in contexts like trauma recovery, phobias, or in this case of the 1976 Allagash UFO incident, to uncover supposed repressed memories of extraordinary events that was in fact an alien abduction.
Yeah.
A lot of UFO abductees, they can't really recall a lot of the incident in question.
Sure.
But when they go through this regressive hypnosis sessions, they can often pick up little bits and pieces of an experience that they had. Here's what I'll ask you to just approach this with an open mind. I've never given birth to a baby, so how would I speculate what childbirth is like?
Sure.
I typically don't eat my own boogers, so why would I say to someone who eats their own boogers, hey, don't eat that booger, that's nasty. Unhand that booger.
Give me that booger.
Put that booger down.
I'm going to have to confiscate that booger from you, sir.
We should start a fucking Booger Eaters Anonymous. Like a support group for people who eat their boogers.
Dude, there's no fucking way.
I know why you're all here today. And it's because you eat your own boogers. And I want to tell you something about myself. I don't eat my own boogers. You're all fucking disgusting. And that's why I want to help you.
Oh, fuck.
And for 4 easy payments of $79.95, you can buy my system, a 12-step program, how to stop eating your own boogers.
Or someone else's boogers.
It doesn't help you if you eat other people's boogers.
Only your own.
I can only cure you of eating your own boogers.
You think you can tell the difference in the taste?
Oh, dude.
You know your own brew?
Oh, this is a perfect question for us.
Yeah.
Because I can fart the most absolutely disgustingly rancid farts.
Right.
And I'm just like,
Hell yeah, it smells good.
You just ride the lightning, man.
oh, just rolling it like a dog.
It's a pride thing.
Like a dog rolling in shit.
Not even a gay pride thing, it's just a pride thing.
But yeah, it can be a gay pride thing if you have a really gay fart. But then at the hint, if someone farts in the building next to me and I can smell a hair of it, I'm just like,
Oh, fuck me, that's disgusting. Christ, who's sick? Who shit their fucking pants?
you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get that.
I've smelled my wife's farts like 3 times in 14 years of marriage.
Right.
Almost 20 years of being together. And every single time I have, I think once, dude, I unfriended her on Facebook after I smelled her fart for a few days.
He fucking blocked her.
I got her back on there, but
Took her out of your top 8.
I fucking blocked her from the Wi-Fi and shit.
You don't get to do that in my presence and expect me to love you.
How dare you?
I didn't marry a barn animal.
Meanwhile, you're fucking cutting them every 2 seconds.
Yeah, there's fucking cracks in the foundation from some of my farts.
Paint's peeling. Fucking toilet cries every time you open the door.
Yeah, you smell one of my farts and you want to eat a rotten egg to make it go away.
There's the link for that if you want to play any audio from it.
Oh, did you drop it in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of shit. A lot of shit.
How am I supposed to sift through there?
You can kind of if you do the little bar, you can
Okay.
scroll through towards the 20-30 minminutes is like right about where we're at right now.
Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we
Yeah.
can find a little clip of this.
So when they start talking about, yeah, probably gonna get deemed fucking striked out here. That's when they get abducted, and then if you go a little bit farther, they talk about like the
I do have a clip at the end of this.
Okay.
At the end of this episode.
cool.
I just don't know where to start this. It's kind of all over the place. I don't know.
This is the
Had
entire.
this roiling effect to it, like a miniature sun.
Talking
Very,
about the
very
UFO.
bright. It lit the treetops up like daylight.
Now, is this Jim or Jack Wiener?
I don't know. I don't know which wiener it
And
is.
it was absolutely silent.
After looking at it for
That's
what
Chuck
seemed
Rack.
like several moments,
Rake.
we decided to signal this thing. And that's when Charlie picked up the flashlight and squeezed off a message, SOS.
The response was instant.
Such a good voice.
Yeah, we will get We've been getting copyrighted a lot lately.
Oh, we're gonna get deemed striked for that.
They deleted our Princess Diane episode.
Yeah.
They deleted that fucker altogether. They didn't say, "Hey, we took this down, fix it." They just made it go away.
I mean, we used a bunch of audio from that, didn't we?
I think so.
I think so.
And kind of how this regressive therapy works. The hypnotherapist uses calming techniques, guided relaxation, visualization, to put the subject into a hypnotic state where they're deeply relaxed but still aware and responsive. The therapist prompts the subject to go back to a specific time or event, often using open-minded questions like, "What do you see now?" or "What's happening around you?" The subject may describe vivid scenes, emotions, or sensory details. The therapist gently probes for details, avoiding leading questions to minimize influencing the subject's memories. Sessions are often recorded for later analysis. The subject is brought back to full awareness, often discussing what happened or what they'd experienced. Under hypnosis, all four men recounted eerily similar stories. Excuse me. They described being yanked from their canoe by an unseen force, their bodies tingling as if caught in a static electric field before finding themselves aboard a cold, metallic spacecraft. The air inside was sterile, almost like an antiseptic smell with a faint metallic tang. Jack Weiner recalled the aliens. He said they had terrifying faces, and their telepathic instructions. He remembers they gave him telepathic instructions that said, "Do not be afraid."
Jack Weiner got yanked. That's
Jack
kind of
Weiner
redundant,
got yanked
right?
hard, dude. Jack Weiner.
Can you imagine the fear coursing through him?
Every single night in my bedroom, Jack Weiner shows up.
Man,
damn, dude.
Say his name 3 times into the mirror in the bathroom.
I was at a toilet at Home Depot the other day, and Jack Weiner showed up.
Oh yeah, dude. I love.
What are we gonna do about Jack being here?
Can't do anything, man.
Nothing.
Gotta ride the lightning.
The procedures were invasive that the aliens gave them and excruciatingly intimate. The men described being stripped naked and placed on a smooth, icy table that seemed to mold to their bodies and that actually held them in place like a living restraint, like a giant body glove that held them there. Charlie Foltz spoke of a device resembling a metallic panel lowered over his chest, its surface studded with tiny vibrating needles that scraped away layers of skin, leaving him raw and leaving him with these exceptionally painful patches all over his body. He felt a sharp tug as the device collected flakes of his flesh, each scrape accompanied by a faint hum that vibrated in his bones. Jim Weiner, not Jack Weiner, recounted a worse ordeal. A long, flexible tube, slick with an unknown lubricant, was inserted into his lower abdomen via his anus, causing a searing... I don't think it was through his anus, actually.
I don't think it's where your lower abdomen is.
I think they just stuck it in through his gut, like through his skin.
Ugh.
I made up the anus part. That's not factual. It was inserted into his lower abdomen, causing a searing pain as it extracted what he believed were bodily fluids. He described the sensation as, quote, like my insides were being sucked out slow and deliberate. His body was convulsing against the table's grip. This is hot, dude.
This sounds like it would fucking hurt.
If I were those aliens, I'd be slipping around and all that cum. Chuck claimed he had a clear view of the procedures being done on Charlie. He mentioned there was a probe, thin as a knitting needle, but glowing faintly, inserted into his nasal cavity.
Oh, shit.
The pain was blinding, a white, hot spike that made his eyes water and his head throb as if his skull were splitting. He felt a warm trickle, likely blood, drip down his face as the aliens collected samples, their emotionless eyes watching him writhe in pain. Ooh. The consistency of their accounts, especially since they were hypnotized separately, was cited as a very compelling argument and very compelling evidence of a shared experience. Notably, the identical twin Wieners and Foltz reported multiple abductions since childhood, suggesting that the aliens had long-term interest in them, possibly due to the twins' genetic similarity. The investigators, Fowler, Mack, and okay, we're going to get into some, like, the belief of certain skeptics here. Raymond Fowler, the one of the investigators assigned to this case, he was not a rookie. He was a former Air Force member with a background in electronic espionage, and he'd been studying UFOs since the 1940s and authored books including The Andreessen Affair. His 1993 book, The Allagash Abductions, Undeniable Evidence of Alien Intervention, is a cornerstone of this case, and I'm actually reading that book right now, compiling a 702-page research report into a detailed narrative.
Damn.
Fowler's work included transcripts of the hypnosis sessions, illustrations by the men, and a systematic approach to avoid leading questions. He argued that the case was, quote, undeniable due to the corroborating accounts and the twins' involvement, which he believed made them prime targets for alien genetic experiments. So let's stop there for a second.
Yeah.
There is a belief that well, I think it actually happens, honestly, that humans are abducted by aliens on the reg.
Sure.
For presumably
Research.
Experimentation.
Yeah.
And research, or reverse engineering, or engineering, whatever. I don't know, whatever they do with us.
Yeah.
But to the aliens, identical twins would be much like they were to the Nazis. The Nazis really they really enjoyed studying identical twins. The aliens would say, yeah, okay, might be something to this. If we can replicate the perfect species, these twins might give us a good idea into how we accomplish something like that. The Allagash case, it seemed airtight. 4 witnesses, consistent stories, credible investigators. But in 2006, Chuck Rake, he dropped a bombshell. In an interview with the county, he admitted, which the county is a publication, he admitted the abduction part was fabricated for financial gain. Rake claimed he went along with the story simply because he was told it would make millions. But he only recalled seeing strange lights not being taken aboard a ship. He described the lights as changing colors, white to red, red to green, in a kind of a liquid motion, but insisted there was no abduction that occurred. He also alleged that the group used recreational drugs. Hashish.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck is even hashish?
Dude,
I
some
like
hash.
mine's smothered and covered Captain Chop, bro.
Yeah, man. Fucking hash.
And
That's
it's his belief that the drug hashish that they were partaking in, it might have influenced their perceptions that night.
Okay, hash. It usually abbreviated as hash is a compressed form of resin derived from the cannabis flower.
This is really intense. I mean,
So it's just cannabis cum.
it's what do they call it? Dabs.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
essentially just dabs.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Don't fuck with those dabs, dog. Those things take you for a ride, okay?
Oh, yeah.
They'll make you sick. They make it rain in your brain.
Yep, it's just a active ingredient of THC.
Okay. Let's see.
I'll tell you what, I've never smoked weed and thought I got abducted by aliens, so.
I have. I've been abducted by aliens after smoking weed. So.
The streets killed me. You seen that video?
Now, this revelation from Mr. Rake, it caused a rift between all the friends. The other three, Jack Wiener, Jim Wiener, and Charlie, they vehemently denied Rake's claims, calling him a loose cannon with a violent temper. Charlie Foltz insisted they only consumed 1 beer each at the trip's start, and there were no drugs whatsoever involved. Jim Wiener recounted an incident where Rake proposed fabricating controversy to boost profits, which the others rejected, leading to their fallout. The trio stood by their abduction story, arguing Rake's bitterness and desire for attention drove his recantation. They noted that the group made very little money from the ordeal, undermining Rake's get-rich motive. And that's the thing over the years. While they may have done some interviews,
Yeah.
they did not make a lot of money off of this. There was really no money to be made.
Yeah.
And to stick with it all these years seems like a little much. So it also might be just as easy to say, hey, you know what? We fucking lied, and step away.
Yeah, I mean,
and not have to deal with it anymore.
It gives you popularity in like a very niche, market, but that's, you're not a celebrity.
Yeah, dude. And I'd say the hardest part of this episode, the research, sometimes when we do topics and research in regard and I looked up Jack Wiener, and I did see a lot of men doing oral sex with one another.
Yeah.
Which
right
frightened me. It caught me off guard.
Yeah, it's really not a name you can just search up.
And then craziest thing, when I Googled Jack Wiener, there was a guy that had a dildo, and he was putting them little corn forks in it. Like those corn forks you use to eat corn with?
Yeah.
He was putting those in a dildo. And I said, whoa, I got to stop. I don't want to know what's...
Is he going to eat it?
I don't know. I backed out.
Okay.
I backed out because the Pain Olympics from when we were younger,
oh, man,
that really scarred me for a lot of shit. Like, once I start seeing something that I know is going to probably make my stomach turn, I'll be like, no way, Jose.
I get that.
And if he was about to eat his dick like corn on the cob, I didn't want to be a part of that. Because what if I was the first person to ever watch that video? Because let's be honest, how many people Google Jack Wiener?
Probably a lot. I mean, I would assume if you did it right now, it's...
I'm going to look.
Yeah, especially that being Pride Month, like you said. Jack Wiener. How long before there's a porn?
Dude, Jack Wiener, and then just...
Wow. That's a lot of dick sucking right there. It is a really good porn name. If you're a gay porn star, Jack Wiener is like the perfect porn name. Dude, that's all. It was just all dudes get their dick sucked by other dudes. That's every fucking picture.
I googled Jack Wiener, and it's just all pictures of dudes getting sucked off. Actually,
cool, man.
Actually, I googled gay blowjobs. Is what I googled. I got your ass, dude.
Hell yeah, dude! I was into it, man.
Gotcha.
Oh shit!
You're so easy, dude. You're like, yeah, dude, there's a lot of fucking dick sucking going on right there.
A lot of dudes get their dick sucked by another guy. Very gay.
The Rakes claims. I'm sorry, this is kind of a weird sentence, but what Rake claimed, it fueled many skeptics. The missing time narrative, or the missing time element, a key pillar, while it was dismissed by Rake as a complete manure. Though Foltz countered, that was quote, complete manure. I would never use the term complete manure.
It's such an old white guy
That's
phrase.
such a fucking weird thing to say.
It's complete manure.
Oh, manure! Though Foltz countered that their campfires' large logs should have in fact burned longer. Critics point out that Hypnosis, conducted 12 years later, could have been influenced by UFO pop culture or leading questions despite Fowler's precautions. The drug allegations, the hashish, if true, added another layer of doubt, though the group's minimal alcohol consumption is corroborated. I will say, when you smoke weed, sometimes, color and time kind of bends, but you don't just see things.
You don't really hallucinate.
You don't hallucinate.
Right.
That would be like mushrooms.
Yeah. You're not seeing things that don't, your perception of things may be a little skewed, but you're not fully envisioning something happening that's not.
Yeah. And mushrooms are a lot of fun. So there's that. The Allagash abductions exploded into the public eye after Fowler's book an appearance on the Joan Rivers Show and Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah.
And here's a little clip from the Joan. You remember the old Joan Rivers Show?
Yeah.
Here's a clip from the Joan Rivers Show.
Hell yeah. R.I.P.
August 1976, 4 young men set out on a 2-week happy canoe trip in northern Maine. Little did they know that trip would change their lives absolutely forever. Not only did they see a UFO.
Well, I gotta try and.
That's in fucking mono.
It is, which sucks.
Left hand.
We are back, and we are talking with 4 men who underwent a mysterious alien abduction when they were still going to school, and now, 12 years later, are talking about it. What happened? It's in 1988. This happened in 1976, right? And then you all went back, you went to school, you got married, you had lives.
Right.
What happened in 1988 that kicked off this whole thing now?
What started it all was I was being treated at a local hospital in my town for an epilepsy, a seizure disorder that I had gotten from a head injury.
This is Jim Weiner.
That accident.
Right.
And I was being treated for that. And one of the type of epilepsy I have is temporal lobe limbic.
Which means?
Temporal limbic epilepsy. It affects, oh gosh, all kinds of things. A lot of parasympathetic functions, breathing, heart rate, temperature control. It affects my olfactory sense. So I smell things. I have time displacements where I get confused about what's happening in the immediate time. Lots and lots of things.
Right. And this came from an accident?
This came from an accident that occurred in 1978.
Okay.
And so I was being treated for this. And at that time, I was having these bedroom experiences where I would wake up at night and there was something in my bedroom that was trying to pull my covers off the bed. I could feel them trying to pull me out of bed. I would be either totally or partially paralyzed. I would hear a voice next to my ear that sounded like something.
This is my favorite part.
Give me your wiener.
That's my favorite part. When he does the alien voice. This is why I played this.
Nice.
Was trying to talk to me, but I could never understand what it was. Would you like to hear what?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
This is exactly what it sounded like. It was like, and it was a kind of thing.
Dude just having a fucking stroke.
For those of you at home that missed that,
like, it was like,
so it was just a drunk Native American is all it was.
You can never take a wiener seriously, man.
You can never take a fucking wiener seriously. Now, the Unsolved Mysteries segment with its dramatic reenactment, it gripped the audiences. It portrayed the men in complete terror as they paddled from a pursuing light. And, you know, it's definitely left a mark on a lot of people. I mean, for goodness sake, Robert here's like, I remember the Unsolved Mysteries episode.
Yeah. It scared the fuck out of me.
Okay.
It scared the fuck out of me. Yeah.
You're just like, I would hate to be in the woods with 4 other guys and to be interrupted.
Yeah. 2 with the last name Wiener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know why they call me Jack Wiener?
It's a great episode, man. Look it up. It's the whole episode's on YouTube. Look it up.
Google gay blowjobs while you're at it.
It's a really good episode. That's the one that stuck with me like the entire, my entire life. I remember that episode.
I'll watch it. Let's check it out.
It's really good.
The case inspired books, podcasts, and documentaries, all the same, including a 2003 Portland Press Herald interview with Foltz and Jim Weiner. Allagash Brewing Company even leaned into the lore a little bit, though they've been better known for their they're well known for their UFO beers.
Okay.
The incident remains a kind of a touchstone in UFO culture, often compared to cases like the Travis Walton 1975 abduction, the Fire in the Sky incident, or the 1961 Betty and Barney Hill case, which, man, I really, really love that case. It's just been done so many freaking times. Its multiple witnesses and detailed accounts make it very, I will say, compelling, but rakes that bitch. His recantation and skepticism about hypnosis kind of keeps it divisive a little bit in the UFO community. The Wieners and Foltz, they stick to their story backed by Fowler and Mack. The consistent hypnosis accounts, the twins' genetic angle, and the missing time suggests something extraterrestrial. Could aliens have targeted them for experiments as claimed? The idea of a human hybridization program popularized by researchers like David Jacobs, it adds a layer of intrigue, possibly making the twins a bit of a DNA cosmic prize for the aliens. Rake's 2016 confession points to a money-driven story, though the group's minimal profits, that kind of weakens their motive. Critics argue the men, as artists, had creativity to craft a vivid tale, possibly inspired by a sci-fi movie or television show. The lack of physical evidence beyond their drawings and the regressed hypnosis and the delayed hypnosis sessions support that view. Rake's drug claims suggest hashish would have altered their perceptions, mistaking natural phenomena like a meteor shower or atmospheric lights for what would actually be a UFO. Foltz's denial and the group's limited alcohol use counter this, but it's a plausible angle for skeptics. Skeptics like Dr. Cole propose false memories from hypnosis or cultural influences. The Oz factor, they call it, a reported shift into consciousness during abductions, could be a psychological state, not alien-induced. Sleep paralysis or shared delusions among close friends might explain the nightmares as well. The park ranger's hardware store spotlight theory, that is viewed as very weak, but other possibilities like military aircraft, ball lightning, or a meteor shower, as noted by the in the 1976 Tehran UFO case, could explain the lights that they are seeing. The missing time might be a perceptive error, not really an abduction. I lose track of time all the time, man. I just was working on some stuff at work today, and I said, I can't wait to get this done. It was like 1 o'clock. I looked up, and it's like 4:30. I'm like, oh, man, I got to, what the fuck happened?
That's pretty nice whenever that happens at work.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was like, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Rob Dog's coming over, and he never comes over anymore. I got to get here. Got to strike while the iron's hot. So it is this Allagash abduction incident. It's a bit of a roller coaster of belief, skepticism, doubt, disbelief, a little bit of cosmic mystery. I don't know whether you lean towards aliens or a clever hoax or something in between. The story's staying power lies in its human element. 4 friends, not homosexuals, whose lives were forever changed by one night in the Maine wilderness and what they believe to be an encounter with an alien spacecraft.
Yeah.
Now, for me, these guys to ride this motherfucker all these years, even Pete Rose eventually is like, all right, I bet on baseball, okay?
Yeah.
The shtick is up. It just, to ride something like that all these years with no payoff, there's nothing to gain from it.
Yeah, it does make you wonder why old Rake turned. He went heel. He did a heel turn.
I mean, it makes sense that he said we gotta make this more dramatic. We gotta make up more. And they said we're not gonna make up anything else. It is what it is. We're not gonna change our story.
Yeah.
And he didn't like that, so he pulled out.
Right.
And my couch pulls out, but I don't. So.
Yeah, it's a great story. I mean, I think that I would like to think that it's real.
I know it's real.
Yeah.
I've talked to the people that did it.
Okay. Well,
the aliens.
The aliens?
They've abducted me.
Okay.
And they circumcised me. Twice.
Oh, fuck.
Well.
Your dick's all head.
My mom and dad had my hood cut off.
Right.
The aliens just cut my dick off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
It does suck, dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't get sucked, but it sucks.
Yeah, it's true.
What does a bungee jumper and a gay dude have in common?
No idea.
If the rubber breaks, they're going to be in deep shit.
Ooh, well played.
You know what my dad said the other day?
What'd he say?
He said, I'm I'm more turned on than a woodpecker in a lumber yard.
That's good.
I said, what? Run that back? He's got a new boat, man.
Did he?
He got a brand new boat.
Hell yeah, good for him, man.
My mom retired from the school system after like 25, 30 years. So congratulations to my mom. She's retiring. And, you know, the school district put up this post like a dedication to my mom.
Sure.
Congratulations, Brenda, on your retirement. Years of service. In retirement, she plans on spending time with her grandkids and resting. And I commented on there. I said, "Does this mean we're not having Christmas this year, Mom?"
Did she say anything?
No. A bunch of people laughed at it, but my mom didn't say anything. She gets embarrassed by me, man.
Oh, I don't know.
I honestly don't think she wants people to know that we're related.
Right.
Sometimes.
I could understand that.
Say, hey, are you Nick's mom? And she'll flat out be like, no, I don't know that motherfucker.
I don't know a Nick.
I don't know him. He wasn't breastfed, if that's what you're asking. He used to live with me. I don't know him.
Right. We're not that familiar with each other.
I know of him.
Yeah.
That's why I say when people call, like, someone will call me, they'll say, oh, you know such and such. A debt collector.
Sure.
Those debt collectors are ruthless now, man.
They really are, dude. They don't care.
They'll call your 5th grade teacher and
They'll show up to your fucking house, knock on your front door.
Fucking podiatry bill, and they're calling my dad at work. He had a fucking ingrown toenail cut out and he needs to pay this bill.
Back in '99.
Yeah.
Do you know Nick Alexander?
Call him at work. He's fucking, my dad will say, he's fucking dead, or he plays the game.
What
dude.
a good dad, man. What a good dad. He fucking died yesterday.
He's gone. I tried to save him. I gave him mouth to mouth.
He said he couldn't take the phone calls anymore.
His last words were Jack Wiener.
Please pay my podiatry bill.
He's sorry he didn't pay his copay. He didn't have $35.
Whatever.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool. All right, guys. I'm happy to be back in the groove.
Shit.
Happy to be
Oh,
back
yeah.
talking to you guys, talking podcasts. People always ask me, it's like a casual, for me, for us, a casual, for a regular person, a casual conversation. Like, hey, how about that weather out there?
Right.
When someone that doesn't really know me that well or hasn't really seen me in a while will say, how's the podcast going? 8 fucking years. I'd say it's going pretty well.
It's fucking going, man. That's what it
Who
does.
are you? What have you done with your life?
Yeah. At this point, it's more powerful than us.
It is.
We just show up.
We just feed it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
We're trying to get these turds to touch in the pipes.
They drive around in dune buggies and shit, dude.
No, dude.
What if our turds wear helmets when they hang out with each other?
I think they'd have to.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, have a great week. We love you so much. Sorry we missed you on Memorial Day. We got 2 Dark Vault episodes coming up. One episode is with a guy who overdosed somebody and killed him, then hid the body.
Yeah.
And he wants to come on the show and talk about hiding the dead body and being in prison. We have another young lady that wants to come on the show. This is a very fluid, active situation. Great relationship with her husband. Everything's going perfectly. Then all of a sudden she finds out he's living a double life.
Yeah.
Cross-dressing, different family. It's all kinds of
shit.
Dicks and fucking holes, dude.
Perfect for this month, man.
God. And our buddy Kane, he wants to come on the show and talk about killing somebody and burying and hiding the body. So
yeah. It's fucking cool.
I'm so jazzed up for that episode.
Yeah. You sent me that, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is great."
He said, "I can't wait to tell you, bros, about it." So we're gonna do it.
This fucking time.
We're gonna do it.
Hell yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. We love you so much. Have a great week.
Love you guys.
Hope this episode finds you well. And like I said, breathe. You're with us. But unfortunately, we're leaving you, so it's back to reality.
Yeah.
Back to your shitty life.
We appreciate you guys.
We do.
Love ya.
Love you.
Bye.
We didn't stop at all for that one.
No, we're fucking beasts, man.
All right, YouTube.
I know how to fix that audio if you want to fix that before we fucking...
Yeah, I've done it before.
Okay.
I just don't remember how to do it real quick.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
YouTubers, we love you guys.
Love you guys.
Take care.
Bye.